Now, the Home Affairs Department says it's paid a whole visit to the Mozambican-born mother of Chidimma Adetshina and has now issued her with a legal letter to explain her case or face having her identity registration cancelled. The Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation has also been roped in to investigate possible fraudulent activity over former Miss South Africa contestant Chidimma Adetshina's citizenship status. In a presentation to Parliament's Home Affairs Portfolio Committee on Tuesday, the department reiterated prima facie reasons exist to believe fraud and identity theft may have been committed by the person recorded at the department as Adetshina's mother. Adetshina's father is also being investigated as he was also involved in her registration of birth. The department has also identified 3 officials who registered the birth at its office in Johannesburg. One of the officials has since died, and the department is investigating 2 others who may have been involved in the alleged fraudulent scheme. Let's get some perspective on that. Elton Hart, attorney with the University of Johannesburg's Law Clinic, joins us now. Thank you for giving us your time. Give us some perspective. Maybe explain the legal definition of identity theft and how it applies to Chidimma's mother.
When one looks at the term identity theft in South Africa, we don't have explicit or legislation that governs this, and hence we have to deal with identity theft normally under the common law, and it's normally prosecuted under what we call fraud, forgery, or an attempt to actually mislead people, and it's normally like these common law offenses, and there is not like where you have a law. Yes, we do have the Protection of Personal Information Act that also make a person guilty of certain offenses, but the term identity theft, there is not a specific piece of legislation that's there, but it's when you assume the identity of another person, either through registering yourself with the authorities in South Africa and requiring legal documents pertaining to that person that attaches to that person. And that is in contravention of the POPI Act, as we call it in South Africa, and that is when identity theft happens. And it can happen when there's like money involved, or you just take identity to gain citizenship and benefits of a citizen in any country, and it can happen anywhere in the world, which with cyber spaces and everything, this happens on a daily basis.
What are the potential legal consequences for Chidimma's mother if found guilty?
As I said, it's these types of crimes is prosecuted under common law, and as a first-time offender, she faces a possible 15 to 25 years imprisonment if she's found guilty that she actually stole the identity of another individual who is South African-born, and they can prove it beyond reasonable doubt that she is not the owner of that identity. Then she faces that. When we talk about Adetshina, Chidimma, she was an infant at that stage, so she cannot really be held responsible for her mother's actions. And does it mean now if they cancel the mother's citizenship in South Africa, she becomes a stateless child? So that would be now something in contravention of human rights laws. And I think we'll still see a lot of battles going down in the courts pertaining to the citizenship of Chidimma specifically, because she was born here, and the mother's actions, and I know already how the Mozambican, or I think it's Mozambican law says what happens to a child born under the circumstances of Chidimma.
If Home Affairs blocks Chidimma's ID, what does that mean for her educational opportunities?
No, it means they may block her ID, but maybe they might give her a temporary document that allows her to still complete her studies, because obviously one looks at our Children's Act and says that whenever you do something, you must do it in the best interest of the child. So they should not limit her. And that's why I'm saying, sorry, that there will still be a lot of litigation. And we have the South African Human Rights Commission. They're already looking into this matter, because this is now where you're actually going to spoil a child's future. If you take away a citizenship, then it means that she's no longer a South African citizen. She's not entitled to the funding schemes that's available to South Africans to actually complete the studies. And she's left in limbo for a period of time until this investigation is completed. And this can drag on for years. So I think there will be court battles. And yes, there will be serious ramifications for her education if they say she cannot enter the country, because I heard she was going to contest in some pageant in Nigeria, the Miss Universe, and if she comes back and they block her from coming in, it means that they're actually blocking her from the only country that she actually knew from birth up until now.
All right, Elton, thank you for joining us on the news.